do, and welcome to the Boss Up Ball Out podcast, your home for organic debate about Detroit Lions news and rumors. It's your man, Professor Curt Steele. Well. Happy Victory Monday once again. On today's show, we recap the Lions' 37-24 victory over the Bengals as Detroit won the Battle of the Big Cats on Sunday afternoon at Paycor Stadium. But before we do that, please like the video, share the video, and comment on the video. All these things help us get this content out to more Detroit Lions fans just like yourself. And as always, we'd like to start the show by shouting out our channel members. If you don't know, here you go. We got T-Bone Locks, Sean Bird, Lauren Vander Esch, Brent DeWitt, Miss Mary Smith, John Martin, Kukayam, Kenneth Sabo, the Doctor, Dr. Detroit. He is always in. Jay Cruz in 71, James Willis, Leonard Hoff, the Trim Reaper is in the building, and Mile Marker 301. Thanks, guys, for being a part of our channel, man. Becoming members. If you want to know what you get by being a channel member, or just how to become a channel member, check out the link in the description in this video, or on the homepage of our YouTube channels. Now it's time to bring in my Victory Monday co-host. Well, they're co-hosts all the time. Anyways, man, first up, man, it's the hardest working man in Jackson, Michigan, because he's even working on game day yesterday, doing a yard Sillapalooza, man, because he's got a 1,000 jobs. It's the Wolf and Lion who?
Coach Mike Jones. What's going on, Lion fans?
And it's your auntie's favorite Detroit Lions content creator, man, and I'm here. He's hunting for that Tupperware, get that T-shirt, man. It's the ladies' pet, the men's regret. You ain't seen nothing yet. The highest player from the Himalayas, LL Cool Tones. What's going on, my dude?
Good Monday morning, y'all. Good Victory Monday morning, y'all.
Man, it is. If you're new to our channel, you don't know how our show works. We look at Detroit Lions news, headlines, or takes. If we agree, we say that our balls up with that big blade dance. If we disagree, we say it is balled on, and we'll tell you why we agree or disagree. No hot takes here, just natural debate and our true thoughts and opinions about what's happening with our favorite team, the Detroit Lions. All right, man. All right, before we get into the really listen, the nuts and bolts of this thing, the nitty gritty. All right, what do you guys think about the game yesterday? I was like myself. Yeah, it was what I expected for the 3 quarters of the game. The last quarter where we was kind of like, gave up some points, but I was like, by this time it was like, I mean, at the end of the day, I wasn't happy with the fourth quarter, but the first 3 quarters I was pretty happy with, you know what I'm saying? Kind of slowed down the score in the second quarter, but that third quarter and that fourth quarter, we got back on track. So what do you guys think about the game? I'm glad we won the game. I think we made it a little too close for comfort on our own parts. What you guys think?
Yeah, much like you, it was a comfy game for 3 quarters, and then got a little out of hand, got a little too close. But I think it was good, as Dan Campbell says, good complimentary football play yesterday, man. So I give the Lions a lot of credit for stepping up on each side of the ball when the time is needed.
Mm-hmm. What you got, LL?
Like you said, it's good that we won the game. But, we looked pretty good doing it, for most of the game, things like that. But, of course, there is another team on the football field. So, but, yeah, it was a lot closer than I believe all of us may have picked, but it is what it is.
No, it was about around what Coach, he picked them to score 30. Yeah. I don't know what. Yeah. But they were one off of my point total, or our point total, LL. We both picked them to score 38 points, and they scored 37. So that's what's up, man. All right. All right, people, man. Let's look at what we're going to talk about on today's show. All right, Lions offense versus Cincinnati, and the defense versus Cincinnati, and then we're going to get into those balled out and balled on players of the game. And I already know y'all fellas already know who one of those people who won that is, because I was saying it in our little chat yesterday. But yeah, Let's look at the Lions offense, man. Who was that with offense today? Is it ULL or was it Q coach? Did you? I can't.
LL, yeah.
LL, are you
Me.
taking the offense, man? All right, here you go. There you go. Lions offense versus the Bengals. What you got?
Of course, man. They was able to put up 37 points, so pretty decent showing. By the offense. Just trying to look over everything here. And 23 total first downs. 247 total passing yards. Your boy, Jared Goff, what'd he go? 20, what was it? Was his numbers 20 something? Like 20,
19 for 23.
23, there you go. For 247. We got 118 rushing yards. We were able to move it a little bit. Wasn't the biggest game on the ground that I, thought we ended up that we would see. Coach Mike going like this. We had threw the ball 24 times and ran it 33 times. So I'm okay with that. But only 118 yards off of those 33 carries, and that's including a 2-yard loss that they are counting a 2-yard loss by Jared Goff. So a couple other numbers, just the numbers that stuck out. Your boy Amon-Ra St. Brown, 8 catches for 100 yards. Samuel Laporta, 5 catches for 92 yards and a touchdown. Jahmyr Gibbs, 2 catches for 33 yards and a touchdown. And Curt's nickname for him, Sweet Tea, with 1 catch and 1 touchdown, like he likes to do out there. We were able to move the ball for pretty much most of the game. Their defense did step up in certain opportunities. Jared Goff, this was the end of Jared Goff's sackless streak. The offensive line gave it up just a little bit. I'm trying to see who got their sacks. Joseph Osai, Trey Hendrickson had 2 of them, and Miles Murphy. That's the guy. That's the name. That's why I wanted to look at the names. That's the name. I was saying they had some guys over there supposed to step up. Miles Murphy is one of those, or is the guy I was talking about out of Clemson. They're supposed to step up. He ended up getting a sack. So, I guess it's one of those sun shines on a dog's ass type thing. Because how did we? Oh, well, no, you know what? I take it back. I'm forgetting one of the biggest stories offensively. Taylor Decker was out. That's how. I was going to say, how did we shut out Myles Garrett and then let the Bengals do their thing? But that's exactly how. My apologies for getting that. Taylor Decker was out this game, and Giovanni Manuel had to step in. And that's why we saw, some of the things that we did when the offensive line maybe didn't look so good. He got blew by a few times. Some people just ran right on around him. But other than that, for the majority of the rest of the game, he looked okay, at least in my opinion, especially when they were running the ball. He looked good going forward. I want to say David Montgomery scored his touchdown going to the left side of the offense. So, Manu, a decent showing for first start in an NFL game, not a preseason game or anything like that. So, maybe that's something that they can they're looking to build on in the future, just in case. Taylor Decker ends up hanging it up soon. So, I'm leaving a whole lot out there. What do you guys think about the offensive side of the ball from the Lions yesterday?
Yeah, that's pretty. I agree with you, man. It was they still having some problems running between the tackles, but they kept at it and then wore them down. That second half, they started popping off some good runs. Like you said, Goff stat line 19 of 23 passing is wild. Of course, man, only 4 targets missed. I think it was a couple PBUs or something, man. Almost a perfect passer rating at 153. I can't blame him on that fumble because his blind side was totally exposed. And the reason why, man, is Giovanni Manu. I get it, man. He had some decent plays, but you got to look at switching this guy out. If Taylor Decker misses again, you could please do not start Giovanni Manu because you look at who we're playing next, right? And Chris Jones lines up on the inside, but they will put him on the outside. And then what's that name? Van Ness out there in Kansas City?
No, I know who you're talking about, 56.
Yeah.
Karlaftis.
Yeah, Karlaftis. Thank you for correcting me. He's just not a steady presence just yet, man. You can't do that, man. And I get it. He has some good moments, like you said, that touchdown, even though we had like 3 tight ends over there on that touchdown. But Dave Montgomery, But you're gonna get Jared Goff hurt if you continue to play Giovanni Manu. Like that one sack. I mean, both of those sacks, those guys came around that defensive end like wide open. Like that one sack he took in this man, he blew Jared Goff the hell up. Now Goff is a tough dude, you know what I'm saying? I get it. The guy's only missed like what 1 or 2 games since he's been in Detroit. But I can't have that, man. I can't have my franchise quarterback taking them wide open licks like that, man. I mean, that even the one with the Trey Hendrickson, the sack fumble, man, he was untouched coming to go Jared Goff, man. You can't do that, man. I'm not saying I don't like Giovanni, man, and I'm not saying that at all, but he's just not ready yet. He's not ready for that responsibility to be a full-time starter yet. Hopefully, I'm looking at the transaction wire this week, and I'm seeing Big Skip come back to that roster this week, man, because you look at him last year, and I know people talk about him, but when he was in for Decker last year, he played well, and you didn't see like somebody coming this unabated to Jared Goff like that, man. And that was that second sack. I was like, oh my God, how did he even get up from that? Because that dude laid the wood on Jared Goff. I was like, crap, that is not good. We can get that young man some more reps, man. I get it, but nah, bro. Yeah, that crap, man. What you got, coach? On the offense. But what I do like Laporta and Saint. That was the quietest 100 yards I've ever seen from St. Brown. Like it wasn't a whole bunch of fanfare. You look up, he got 8 receptions for 100 yards. Like what the hell did that come from? But he was just doing his thing. He was just kind of quiet. So what you got, coach, on the offense?
Yeah, I give you a boss up, LL. Just the Lions' run game. It's just not hitting on all cylinders. They, like you said, they are struggling with those between the tackle runs right now. Montgomery 18 carries for 65 yards. Gibbs 12 carries for 54 yards, which isn't that isn't too bad, by Gibbs, but his longest is 9. Montgomery's longest was 19. So we're just not getting the chunk plays. Like we're getting the steady movement. The steady movement is enough for the defense to respect the Lions' run game because you can chunk them off 3 first down. So, but yeah, man, I hope the run game gets a little bit better heading into Arrowhead. We get back on track. But like I said, man, it's a lot harder to do things on the road, no matter who you're playing against. So I do give the guys credit for that. Jared Goff, the Godfather, doing his thing, man. LL is a hater. Goff was 19-23 for 258, 3 touchdowns. You can't really say much about that, man. And out of his 258 yards passing, 192 of them was the 2 people. So was St. Brown and Laporta, man. Them dudes was finding their way, man. But all in all, I think the Lions' offense was helped out by my segment of the recap, man. But I do think the Detroit Lions are getting workmanlike victories. And I think that's a good thing, man. Sometimes it's not good to just, oh man, you see the offense. Oh, you see the offense. Man, they doing this, they doing that. And then we forget how to win those gritty games, how to grind it out. And I'm glad the Lions still know how to do that, man. So salute to them fellas.
Yeah. Them gully games.
Yeah, and two, I was gonna say about Giovanni Manu is I think they should have him in on run plays, and then pass plays. Take his ass out.
Cochran, but then you telegraph him. But I get what you're saying.
It is what it is.
It is because Man, I was like, Lord Jesus. I'm seeing that dude come up there, and I'm like, Lord. Because it was some slow singing and some flower bringer on that thing. Man, that was some tough stuff there to look at. I was like, man, hey, you can't take the more. Man, I know I get a if I was like, what the fuck?
Also, I don't know if anybody mentioned Dave Montgomery had a passing touchdown as well.
Oh yeah, that was good, man. Yeah, the passing touchdown and a running touchdown, man. And it was great to see his sister at the game, man. And they've been cutting over there to that, man. And from what he said, the Bengals like accommodating the family, making sure she got down there on the level where she could see and everything like that. So that was really good stuff, and I really like seeing that stuff. Hey, man, like the video, share the video, and comment on the video if you haven't done so already, man. Please subscribe to the channel, man. Hey, visit the Boss Up Ball Out merch shop, man. Links in the description of the video, and check out all the discounts you can get with that, man. You can check out the code and the ticker at the bottom of the screen. All right, time to talk about some defense, man. Coach Jones, talk about this defensive performance.
Yeah, man. So honestly, I can say there were no complaints out of me from the defense for 3 quarters. For 3 quarters, that defense was humming. Just picking Jake Browning off left and right. One from Kirby, one from Amik, one from Anzalone. The pressure was there. They was getting to him. They had him frazzled. That's what they did. They made a backup quarterback feel like a backup quarterback. Okay, and that's what you have to do in the NFL. You can't let people rise to the occasion and do things that they normally don't do, plan out about the experience and stuff like that. You have to make that backup feel like he's a goddamn backup, and that's exactly what they did for 3 quarters. And then it just injuries, man. I think we didn't realize how much we really relied on Terrion Arnold, even though he makes those little simple mistakes. Like, when he does a little, he kind of hesitates before he goes, and he kind of loses a step, sometimes a step and a half on the receiver. But when Terrion Arnold went out, they started scoring. It is what it is, man. You seen big old the other Trey Flowers, not the Trey Flowers from before, but the TRE Trey Flowers. You see him out there, man. That's a giant of a human being, I tell you. That man is big. I was like, is that a linebacker out there playing cornerback? He's a big fella, man, and I assume that he might be getting some starts coming up soon. I don't know how well, scheme well he'll fit in, but hey, he was out there, man. He was doing his thing. I think the defense pretty much shut down the run game. I think Jake Browning was the leading rusher for the Bengals with 31 yards. So that you know there, man. And the Bengals run game wasn't good at all to begin with. It hasn't been hitting. Like, it wasn't like, man, they got such a good run game, but it's being shut down. The run game is horrible, and we make it look horrible. So that that's what it is, man. But you see here the total Bengal yards on offense. They had 322 yards. So. They did okay, but a bulk of that was in the 4th quarter. Because Jamar Chase was lighting our asses up in the 4th quarter. That boy caught 2 touchdowns in the 4th quarter, and and I was starting to get a little nervous.
Kept up my fantasy team. Thank you.
He helped me too, because I had him on a couple FanDuel games as a run back. But man, I just think the Detroit Lions, man, the defensive line held up. I think the defensive line, the linebackers, that front 7 is so dialed in, man. I think the linebackers for the Detroit Lions are so pivotal. When I said this at the beginning of the season, I think that the linebacker group will be the most effective group on the Detroit Lions team because of Calvin Shepard and you know, and him knowing what they can do and what they can't do, man, those linebackers are stepping up. Derek Barnes on his return home, you know, with the strip, with the safety, you know, on Jake Browning, man, at the end of the game, that kind of, you know, that the touchdown by Tesla and that Derek Barnes safety, man, that kind of sealed the game. But all in all, I think the defense played pretty well. Besides that last 15, I don't know. You know, I know one guy don't stop a show. You know, but you know, I'm glad that we'll have another week of practice. You know, so we'll know exactly who is where, and we won't have no surprises. You know, and I think those guys will get. This is what we'll see the coach if there's any drop off from Kelvin Shepard to Aaron Glenn, because Aaron Glenn kept that shit riding last year when we had injuries. He kept that shit steady while we had injuries. Everybody fit into the, you know, just fit in, just piece, and you kept moving. So we'll see how Kelvin Shepard adapts to the defensive injuries that happen on the back end, man. But all in all, man, I'm happy with that victory because they gave the Lions the ball on the short side of the field about 4 or 5 times, man. So they helped the offense out. And like I said, it's complimentary football, man. So what do you guys have to say about that defensive performance from the Detroit Lions?
You get that big ball step, that big blade dance from your boy Curt Steele, coach. I think Shepard's crew is dealing with that similar issue as far as, you know, losing a bunch of guys at one position, and that the position this year is cornerback, last year with defensive ends. Those injuries let them back into the game, like you said, in that fourth quarter. But they were aggressive, man. I like the way they played. They caused turnovers, man. Could have been more because TA could have had one as well. It's like the Bengals wide receivers were playing defensive back with all the they were getting PBUs because they had to get them guys from getting interceptions, man. Penalties, I didn't like some of those penalties. Kept the Bengals offense on the field a couple of times. You know, you're looking at this like, man, you leaving them, you giving them extra plays because you're giving up some penalties. But that defensive PI on Anzalone was ridiculous, man. That ball wasn't even catchable. I'm like, how is this a PI? Like this is weak. That defensive line, woo-wee, they kept getting pressure on Jake Brown, and he was seeing ghosts. Oh my God. Okay. All right. So they caused a couple of those bad throws, man. Defensive did a great job. And your boy Hutch got another sack, man. And like you said about that Barnes, man, that homecoming, having that play at the end of the game was pivotal, man. Gave him another spot to shine at home, man, for all his people to see him get that sack safety at the end of the game. So I love that, man. Of course, you see that between him and Demo, man. That was a great homecoming from both of those guys. And then, of course, the third homecoming really ain't talking about, man, is DJ Reader. You know what I'm saying? He had a good game, man, coming home too, because you know he played in Cincinnati for a while. So got a little bit of a homecoming for him too, man. But overall, that defense, man, I like the way they play. They play aggressive, they play fast. Look like Brad Holmes is going to make some calls this week because boy, them cornerbacks is looking thin, brother. When the backup started going down, Rock Yashin went down. I'm like, uh-oh. I ain't liking that, man. But what you got, LL? Because we can't have many more of those.
Right. Of course, you know, I give you big ball stuff for that one, Coach Mike. I think I forgot what I was about to say in that instance, but what have you heard any what's going on with those players there, like as far as injuries or anything like that?
Not with TA. No, not with TA or Rock Yashin. I know they said Lil Leaf will be all right. It's not as bad as they thought it would be. He might not play against the Chiefs, but he won't be down long. The neck injury. So
all right. Well, my question or what I was going to say was injuries and penalties. Penalties called back a few things. Like I went to yesterday because I'm talking. Yesterday I went to finally go look at the box score, and I'm going to go look at Aiden Hutchinson because I knew he had at least 3 sacks. Like I'm thinking like, all right, maybe 2. And I wanted to see because I know he had. I didn't think he only had 1. I think he only had 1. And I don't remember if the plays I'm thinking about it was called back or whatever, but what they called back, I was like, long story short, I was like, dang, what the hell happened? But I forgot that part. The penalties, killed us again. Terrion Arnold, I don't know, because I don't have too many positive things to say, so I'm gonna stop talking about him. I was gonna start picking on him and but I don't really want to do that. So, and I don't, but yeah, he every week, man, it's like what Jay, my brother said, dog. It's every fucking week. There's another penalty, dog, and it's like a bad penalty most times. I don't really remember this one, this off the top of my head. I kind of maybe it wasn't that bad, and maybe I don't remember, but. That left us. No, I can't even blame them for that. So they left us open for some things when Jamar Chase got book naked at the end of the game, but he just chopped what's his name up on his little out. He just and Meek said, "Okay." He took that candy and 6 on the other end. So that's something that he would have to clean up. But yeah, Rock Ya-Sin went out. Yeah, it was. He kept going out too. He went out and he came back. I'm like, oh, okay. He went out again and said, oh, dang, and then so. But yeah, that's a little concerning. Well, ain't no little, a bit concerned about injuries going forward until we get some updates and stuff like that. But overall, a decent performance. I could have sort of had more sacks than just 2 though.
Yeah, I think one of the, I think it was on holding on Anzalone or something like that, where he had a sack and then it was a holding on Anzalone or something like that. It was kind of a sloppy at times, but it was still aggressive and good complimentary football. They just had some things they got to clean up. It just is kind of is what it is, man. But I will never look a gift horse in the mouth, because I'll definitely take a W, man. Because you never know. You look at all the surprise wins yesterday. The teams that were projected to lose. Man, you look at last night, man. Patriots beat the Bills. The Broncos beat the Eagles. It was a whole bunch of upsets yesterday.
The Patriots won, huh?
Yeah, I was looking at my picks over there in Luke G's. I'm in his pick'em league, and I was like, dang, it was a whole bunch of upsets yesterday. So
I know this is not Lions football, but hey, Drake May.
Yeah, he had a good game yesterday. Yeah. So man, hey man, like the video, share the video, and comment on the video. Y'all know that the Boss Up Ball Out podcast is brought to you by Dubby Energy Drink, packed with brain boosting vitamins and amino acids. Man, check out the link in the description of the video, or you can look at the ticker, man, to see what you need to do to get yourself 10% off your order over at Dubby, man. Power your day with Dubby. All right, now it's time for the Boss Up, Balled Out, and Balled On players of the game.
Don't do it, Curt.
Here we go. Let me put them back up there, man. All right, Boss Up Ball Out podcast. Okay, the Stanley Porter, 5 receptions, 92 yards and a touchdown, man. Boss, on defense, man, I know they gave the game ball to Anzalone, but I'm looking at Derek Barnes, 8 tackles, 1 sack, 1 tackles for loss, 1 quarterback hit, and that safety at the end of the game. Like that performance for the young fella, man, coming home. He's not from Cincinnati. He's from Covington, Kentucky, which is like right on the border. So pretty much like they share airport. It's pretty much it's pretty much same but different. This same but different zip code. You know what I'm saying? He's considered a Cincinnati kid. And then of course my balled on player of the game has to be Giovanni Manu. Man, gave up 2 sacks, and one of them was a strip sack fumble. I gotta go with my eyes, man, and what I saw is what it is, man. That dude was getting Jared Goff killed out there. Don't be getting my franchise quarterback killed, man. Mm-hmm. We're gonna be all right. So I'm looking at my man Big Skip to probably be in there next week, man. If Taylor Decker ain't playing, because we can't have that. Because them Chiefs are aggressive, man. You look at that that defensive coordinator in Kansas City, man. He's aggressive, and he gonna come out. Yes. There's
a I don't know if he was going to do this or say this, but there's a connection as well. I didn't necessarily know this connection, but what I keep hearing just from different media sites and everything like that I guess he speaks with Steve Spagnuolo. Like I guess he gets his defensive philosophies from Steve Spagnuolo or something like that. Calvin Shepard.
Doesn't he? I didn't know.
Something like that. And I guess they speak often or something like that. So
I think he played. I think he played for him one
but
time.
They allegedly, like they still have a relationship and stuff like that. And I say that's from what I heard. That he allegedly got his defensive philosophies and every stuff like that. So shout out to Spagnuolo. So there's just a added layer, if you want to say, I guess.
Yeah, because I can't have Chris Jones jumping on Jared Goff's back next week. Can't have
that.
Yeah, you see, Chris Jones.
It don't really matter if Dan Skipper go out there. But what I think they should do? I think they should use Skipper and Manu should switch roles. I think Manu should come in and play that extra big body and Skipper play the left tackle. I think that's what they should do, man. And that way, because Skipper plays that big body when they're going to run the ball. I think Manu is pretty good in the run game. You can use him as an extra blocker in the run game. When pass play, sit his ass out. But you know what? I agree with you on those ball stuff players of the game. Those are pretty good, man. But
you have anybody else? I was gonna ask you. Did you have anybody else you want to mention on offense or defense?
You know what? On the ball on player of the game, I kind of want to give it to Graham Glasgow a little bit because I was saying him. Yeah, I know you was looking at it too. Hey, us big dudes, watch the big dudes. You know what I'm saying? When you're a receiver and and all of that, you kind of keep your eyes out on them. But the trenches players, keep your eyes on the trenches. And Glasgow, I seen you whip a couple of times.
Yes, man. And it was on the replay most.
It was that when he hit Demo in the backfield. That was I was like, oh.
Every time he's like, how did he get back there? They show Graham Glasgow doing like this, like tipping over.
that dude swam. That dude that swim move right over.
He was doing the Soldier Boy. He was, I'll do that Superman.
I was like, oh no, y'all crazy. I ain't messing with y'all.
Hold on, I got two things for if we about to move.
Go
on.
ahead.
Two
go
things.
ahead.
One thing with Coach Mike. I realized hearing Coach Mike say that might be a thing as far as whatever you want to say, offensive line issues or run game issues that we ain't been able to click just yet. Is maybe we haven't been able to use our 6 offensive linemen just yet. I don't know if they've been putting Manu out there when Decker was healthy as much, and we definitely ain't been seeing Skip. So that's one added layer. And then 2, I thought Coach Mike was going to say they need Manu and Skip to play left tackle. Like they just going to put both of them out there at left tackle.
That's basically what it is.
No. I mean, but that's going to be it, though. Like, it's y'all 2 playing left tackle for the game.
Right. 2 left. That's it. They can run 11 personnel with like one tight end and 2 offensive tackles. I feel you on that one. Amik Robinson was close to being my boss up, ball out defensive player of the game until he gave up that double move. I was like, nah, can't do it. Because you bit on that route. You had an interception that was great, but you bit on that route, man, and he was gone.
one I would add, if you didn't say it, Brian Branch, they were showing like where he was coming from. Now that make I mean, we already know that, but that make a whole lot of more sense because he was out there. We was talking about it in the chat. Them boys out there hidden, and he was one of the boys I was talking about. But they showed like how you see how far like he trying to hurt people. Like have you see where he
Brian Branch. BB, he gonna lay the wood to you, man. That's what he gonna do.
B2 Bomber.
Yeah, man. Hey, like the video, share the video, and comment on the video. All you things help us with the content, gets it out to more Lions fans like yourself. All right, man. If you haven't done so already, please follow the crew on your favorite social media platforms. Of course, Coach Jones does a great job over there on all of his channels, and he does a great job with the Beyond the Ropes boxing playlist on this channel. I post content from this show on all of my social media platforms, and of course, man, they were singing your praises on Friday, LL, doing the live chat for your Thirsty Thursdays, man. So keep it up. Doing a good job over there on your Instagram page. All right. Time for parting shots on this Victory Monday, man. LL, you look like you got something to say, man. What do you got on this Victory Monday for the people?
No, I mean, I got something to say, but then about whatever you thought I maybe was going to say. But happy Monday, y'all. Happy Victory Monday, of course. would that make it 4 in a row, something like that? So,
Yep, 4 straight.
So we did what we were supposed to do, even though in the end it got a little closer than, some of us had predicted. But, it's still a double-digit victory. And, we made Jake Browning look like what we should have had. No other than pumpkin stories here, Jack. But, enjoy this win. We got a much tougher game, or, should be much tougher game next week. So I'm interested in that one. Let's go. It's gonna be a good one.
All right, what you got, Coach?
Yeah, like my down south family say from Mississippi and Alabama, we got 4 of them in a row, and that it feels good, man. Those workmanlike victories is to help remind us that the Lions don't always got to do the glitz and glamour to win games. We're pounded out, man, and I'm glad, man, because that pounded out is going to be necessary going into Arrowhead, because nothing come easy at Arrowhead. So I'm glad we can grind it out, and now we take it to Arrowhead, and we are on them Chiefs.
Yeah, we're 1.5 point underdogs at Arrowhead for Sunday Night Football next week. So, Sunday Night Football, another primetime game coming up. That's back, and we have back-to-back primetime games. So we do Sunday night football and then Monday Night Football the next week.
And then Monday Night Football.
Yeah.
But what? At least you got 8 days in between games. So,
Yeah. So we got Sunday night and Monday night, then we got to bye. So
yeah.
There we go with that. All right, man. Thank you guys for starting your day off with us right here at the Boss Up All Out Podcast, your home for organic debate about Detroit Lions news and rumors. Enjoy your Victory Monday, man. Walk into work, talk your ish, man. Walk around down here in Carolina, man. Popping my collar, man, with my Lions gear on, because that's what I do down here in Carolinas, man. And it's a lot different story, man. Nowadays down here, they be like, y'all boys look good. I'm like, what the hell you expect, man? That's what we do. But if you're having a good day, because you should have a good day on a Victory Monday, man, make sure you spread that joy, because you never know when that small, kind word can help make someone's day and change their outlook on their day or their life. If you're not having a good day, please don't sell no one else's joy. And of course, as always, whatever you do in life, you got to boss up, ball out, and be the best version of you that you can be. For my fellas, LL Cool Torrance and Coach Mike Jones, this is Curt Steele, and we will holla at you real soon.